So, Michael, many people are concerned that AI will weaken students' writing skills. And you talked about this a little bit earlier. What is your perspective on that concern? And how can educators help students use AI in ways that strengthen rather than replace their thinking?
Well, that's really it's a good question. Um, you know, I kind of here I can put it in these terms. And think about like the old Roadrunner cartoon. You have, think of like AI is the Roadrunner, and every week, it's faster, smarter. It's able to, outsmart Wile E. Coyote. Wile E. Coyote, that's educators. And so, we're constantly trying to catch up with new technologies and in some cases trying to prevent, you know, AI generated papers. And then, what do? We have the Acme company that keeps providing us with these different resources. They're the institutions that we work for. And they get us another AI detector. They might get us some other kind of forensic analysis tool so we can, somehow trace the authorship of a student's essay. But, those things, um, you know, those are making though based on the assumption that AI is something that will is just totally bad. And so, what I like to do is kind of shift the attention to, that AI can be used to help our students learn how to write, and that we shouldn't be creating this kind of environment of mistrust by trying to always police our students. And so, you know, it's it's one of those things where we have to say, okay, it's we shouldn't take on the role of being Wile E. Coyote, continuously trying to chase after the Roadrunner with all these different the next best thing, next best tools. So I would say, um, if we don't try to make our goal to outrun AI, then we should probably look at how we can redesign our learning, so students can spend time doing their own thinking, rather than looking for ways to have AI do the thinking for them.
Absolutely. I love that. That's great, Michael, because I think so many times you're right. That can be seen as, the big red monster or
Yep.
something like that. Yeah, and I like your analogy because that's so important because the roadrunner just keeps outrunning, right?
Yep.
And
I was
everything
kind of
by the
afraid to
code.
use that analogy. I didn't
I
I didn't know if it would work, so you
I
can
love
let me
it.
know.
I think that's a great analogy. It helps you kind of imagine that. So, and I've talked to some other educators, and I've mentioned to them because some people have said that AI is more like a creative partner in a sense. It comes alongside us. But then I heard someone the other day, another educator, say, "Well, I don't know because they're not. It's not really create. It's creating stuff, but we still have to check it. We still have to have that human part of that human loop type of
Yeah.
thing." But I still think of it as like my digital assistant, maybe even creative partner. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you see it like a creative partner, more like maybe an assistant, digital assistant? What are your
I
thoughts
think
on that?
it can be like, there are times where I might use AI as a digital assistant, and
Hmm.
it kind of takes care of all these mundane tasks. But also, if you say a sometimes I might use it as a muse. Like if
Hmm.
I'm writing something and I'll say, hey, what are some things that I could, some topics I can write about? And then it'll generate those things. And then I'll ask it questions when I'm trying to generate ideas. And so, yeah, I think that, it's a little bit of both.
I like that.